What's going on, guys? KitsuneTCG here, back with another deck profile. Today we're going to be going over the Tenpai list that I took to the North America World Championship qualifiers this past weekend. Now Friday started off really nicely, did pretty well in the giant card, and then I ended up picking up a Winamat here on Friday, so it felt really good going into Saturday. Got some good last minute practice. The Winamat, I went against a Chimera Fiendsmith and two Snake-Eye Fiendsmiths, so I felt really good. I thought that the deck performed really well in those matchups. Came Saturday, and honestly, just early rounds really struggled with some variants. I don't know if I could have just refined the list a little bit better. I still feel pretty good about it. Maybe some changes I would make. I was siding Shifter, I'd probably main it kind of moving forward in the deck, but, just some minor changes, but I still felt like the deck could have done a lot better, so just kind of thought I'd show off, what I played and kind of go from there. To start, though, thought I'd kind of go ahead and do some, giveaways. So I've got some Amanda LaPalm or Mana Moon, Zodiac dice that they did a few years ago, so if we can get to 500 subscribers, you leave a comment on the video, I'll definitely kind of give these away to one random person there. So I've got that, and then I do also have a Team Samurai hero deck box. I will kind of do the same thing if we can get to that 1,000 subscriber threshold. So definitely leave a comment to kind of enter into that and subscribe. And once we hit those, I will definitely kind of come back to this and raffle that off. So starting off here with the main deck, we have the 3 Pydra, 3 Chandra, 2 Fadra. I had seen some people go to 1 Fadra, and I don't think that that's correct, especially if you're playing Shifter. You really just don't want to lose anything like this as a one-of. Some decks obviously still have a way to banish your cards, so just playing 2 I think is still the best route. 2 Genroku, and then just 1 Dora, obviously. This kind of comes up a little bit. It can be a pretty good, just 1 card combo itself if you have the right combination, particularly if you have the field spell. So it's a pretty good one to have in here, but I don't think you need to play more than that. Only really reason the OCG was playing more than 1 was just obviously because they didn't have Prosperity at more than 1. We do have the 1 Magnamut, 3 Kaiman, 3 Summoning, 1 Terraforming, 3 Ash, 3 Droll, which I would definitely put to the side and go with Shifter main over Droll, but Droll was still really nice. It still worked pretty well for me in a lot of my matchups. Ogre I would actually probably cut and then just go to something like Nib in the main. 2 Valor, 3 Prosperity, 3 Droplet, 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Duster, and then 3 Imperm. So it was a 41 card main deck, which I was kind of, like I said, I was very happy with in testing prior to the weekend, and then Friday worked really well, and I was pretty happy there. Saturday was kind of the only issue I had where I wasn't seeing a whole lot of engine. I just kind of saw a whole lot of board breakers. But yeah, let me go ahead and show off the extra deck, and then I will show off the side deck that I had as well. Alright, and here is the extra deck. We have the 2 Bident Dragion. I like playing this one too. I think most people do as well. This is kind of the one that if you do have to go first, you can kind of use it for some combos, and then you want to make sure you have 1 for kind of the follow-up. So definitely think that 2 is kind of mandatory on this. If you are going second, it's just an easy one that you can banish off of Prosperities. Do have the Black Rose, which is obviously really great underneath the field spell, just kind of a nice board wipe, and as long as you have a way to get a monster on board after that, pretty easy way to go for the kill. Ancient Fairy, in addition to being a great time card, just being able to gain life points, being able to add a field spell is really nice. I am playing the Necro Valley in the side, so just kind of a few different applications, but I think it's definitely important to play, especially now with just how much the graveyard is important in things like Fiendsmith. Samurai Destroyer, obviously another deck that likes to use a lot of the graveyard as well, so Ancient Fairy, the Necro Valley can be pretty good against Yubel. But Samurai Destroyer is pretty important going into Yubel, just to be able to kind of get rid of those kind of monsters if they have the continuous spell up. Do have the Transcendent Dragion and the Trident Dragion. Especially with Fiendsmith out now, Kashtira is not as big on the Snake Eye engine, so I think you only really needed one Transcendent Dragion. Do have the one Striker Dragon, one Steel, SP, Dark, Hida, Princess, Raging Phoenix, and Atlantis. So we do have the Link OTK package. I didn't see really any dimensional barrier across the weekend, even on like some streams, so I don't think it's the most in favor card, so this could definitely be something that you kind of cut down at that point. I still liked having it just in case, especially with like kind of lab and stuff like that. Still a little bit popular, but maybe a kind of heavier synchro package could be something to kind of switch to if people aren't playing barrier as much, but I still liked having it. It comes up every now and then, so kind of nice to have. But yeah, that is the extra deck. Let me just kind of quickly show off the side deck. Alright, and here is that side deck. We do have the 3 Shifter, 3 Crow, 2 Santa Claus, which I did actually really like having in the side deck. It comes up a few times where, you know, just get rid of any problem card, and then obviously you can switch it to attack and do some pretty good damage over it, so definitely think that's pretty nice to include, pretty easy to either search off of like prosperities. We had the 3 Crossout and the 1 Called By. I didn't really ever have a chance that I felt like this needed to come in, but I still think it is pretty nice to include. Obviously, hand traps are just everywhere right now, so definitely something to kind of include in the side deck. 2 Cosmic, really just had these here if I was going against like any Runic Stun or anything like that. Didn't have any of those matchups, but I definitely wouldn't cut it since it is still a pretty popular deck. Plus just being able to bring these in as well as like 2 additional spell trap removals going second can be pretty good if you're not too worried about, you know, maybe like some hand traps. And then finally just a 1-of on the Necro Valley. I really liked having this in here in testing. It kind of comes up obviously against a lot of like Fiendsmith packages or just like basic Yubel, so definitely liked having that in there. And yeah, that was the side deck. Let me know down below what y'all think, if y'all had a great time at the weekend. It was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy some of the side events that I got to do. A little bit disappointed how things went in the main event, but definitely look to kind of improve upon that next year, and I will see y'all next time.